there everybody, this is Renee. This is the first video of my new segment. I was guided in meditation actually the other day to another person's YouTube channel, and they were doing questions and answers on spiritual topics and stuff, and I'm very used to now what my guides are trying to tell me and where they're trying to lead me, so I knew straight away that this is exactly what I was supposed to be doing to help you guys. So here we are with the very first video. In these videos I am going to start off with a single card reading, just to give a flavour for the time, you know, the week or whatever. I'm going to try and do them weekly, but we'll just see how we go with that anyway. But the point of these videos is for the fans on my Facebook page at the moment, Higher Connection, Raising Our Vibration. I'm asking on there for people to ask questions. They could be any kind of spiritual question, you know, things that have been burning or pressing on your mind, or you can also ask personal questions. And so I'd really like to address in each video many spiritual type questions, and also just a few personal questions for fans, for which I will pull a card for those people that I feel they really need a one-card guidance, and just give some brief answers to those people. So ahead of time I was told that today we needed to use the, what are they? The Magical Unicorns Oracle cards by Doreen Virtue. Here, these are it. Okay, and I really love these cards. They're sort of made for kids, but I use them all the time. They've got a really high vibration, they're really fun, light, beautiful love energy. And the card that I was guided to pick today is Brothers and Sisters. I'll show you this card. You see that there? Okay, and the thing on the bottom of the card says, to get along with others, see the love and the best within them. Now, I feel that whoever of you are watching this video at the moment, it doesn't matter if it's when I've uploaded it or, you know, a year down the track or whatever, there's going to be a message in this here for you. So this card is showing me that whatever situations you have just gone through or are going through with other people around you, try and center yourself. Try not to react negatively. Try not to be triggered. I know that people come to us and they do trigger our past stuff, the issues that we have and all of that, people that are normally irritants to us or whatever, but people come to us as earth angels to trigger us, so that we can heal those things in us that are not in alignment with our soul, and to help us to grow and to learn. I had this happen to me today, I had it happen yesterday, and I've been having it happen, you know, for the last few weeks or whatever. And quite often it's easy for me because I'm in indigo. I'm, you know, one of those light workers that's a very passionate born leader that's here to create change, and so I've got a bad temper, you know, to be completely honest. I'm human, you know. So when I get triggered, sometimes my natural reaction is to just get angry about it. And it's really not the way, because I'm really into spiritual growth, as most of us are, you know. When we're on the spiritual path, we want to grow, we want to heal, we want to be better, we want to just be happier and more in line with our inner self. So as these things have been coming up this week, I've been reacting differently. I've been purposely trying to react differently when people have come and triggered my inner stuff. I've had my own jealousy and my own fears and vulnerabilities about people being jealous of me come up. I've had someone come in, and for me it feels like a threat of someone trying to control me and tell me what to do, talk down to me like I'm a child, which I am certainly not. And, you know, people just coming and bringing things up for me. So if there's anyone around you that is difficult, or bringing, you know, things about yourself or things from your past up, just try and deal with it in a different manner. Try and deal with it in a kind manner. That's the word I'm getting, is kind. Try and be patient. Try and be understanding. Sorry. The only way we can change is to have these challenges come up, and so that we can choose to react differently next time. And if we keep continually reacting the same way that we always have done, then these things will keep coming up because we haven't learnt yet. And even during the time that we are actually learning these certain lessons that we're supposed to be learning, they will happen a few more times after we do feel we've learnt, just to be certain, just to show ourselves we have learnt. And as soon as we have learnt to, I mean, this goes for anything, but particularly here with other people, once we have learnt to react differently to this person or to this kind of thing being said to us, then it just will cease to happen, because nothing's going to happen really unless there's a need for us to learn something from it. And people also might be mirroring us. A mirror happens in a few ways. Someone will come to you and display the exact behaviour that you have yourself, that you see in yourself. So you see yourself in them, and so they irritate you or they make you angry or whatever. And it's very, very wise to notice this within others. Or somebody may come along and trigger you and cause a reaction in you. So it's nothing about their personality that is similar to you. It's the feeling and the reaction that they elicit within you that is mirroring. Do you know what I mean? So there's many different types of mirrors that can come up. So this time is about embracing others, embracing the lessons that are coming to you from other people, and really trying to sit in your centered self and not reacting the way you used to react. Be kind to people, be patient to people, and really try and treat them differently and better. But most importantly, treat yourself better. So make healthy boundaries as well. But this time certainly is about other people, about your spiritual brothers and sisters. So yes, just see the love and the best within all other people, because everyone is always trying their very best all the time. Even these people that come to you and trigger you and be awful to you and whatever, they've got their lessons to learn as well. So leave them to their lessons. Don't worry about it. Don't let someone else's criticisms come and affect you. You know, create healthy boundaries around yourself and a big bubble of protection around yourself, and you just focus on who you are and how you want to express yourself. Don't worry about what other people think or say to you, because in the end it doesn't matter what they think, it matters what you think. But if there's something to be gained from how others treat us and the things that they're doing to us, certainly look at that as well, because there's always learning to be had. Okay, on to the question and answers. We've had a few people here, a few ladies, some really, really good questions. I will start with the more spiritual questions, and then I'll go on to the personal questions for people, and I'll then pull cards for those people. So let me just take a look here. Okay, this question is from Joanne B, and she asks, do the angels and guides send messages to others in order for them to help their friends? The answer to that simply is big yes. They absolutely do that. The way that we get our messages from our angels and our guides is so varied. I mean, most people that are watching this video now will know that we get numbers, we hear songs on the radio, we overhear people talking, etc., etc. Now, I'll use myself as an example. I have been used as an earth angel to many people many, many times, and I'm not even aware half the time that I am being a guide to somebody else. You know what I mean? Like, sometimes I may come up with ideas of my own, but because we're open channels, you know, especially when we have an open crown chakra, we're getting, or all of us, we're getting messages from the universe all the time, so from our angels and guides. And so sometimes we might just get a little idea in our head, hey, call this person, or hey, offer that person some money or a lift home, or hey, I think you should give this person the time of day and give them some advice when normally you'd be in a rush or whatever. So absolutely, I've worked as an earth angel, as a guide to many people, and delivered messages that their own guides or angels know that they're asking or need, and so they've used me as the best person they feel to deliver that message. And that's not just me alone, that's everybody. Any of you, each and every one of you may have done that for me. For instance, I may be asking a question of my angels or guides, and I'm asking, and I'm just not feeling like I'm getting an answer. I'm blocking the answer from hearing it myself, which quite often I can, but not always. I block myself up, you know, as we all do. And so I may just be going about my business, and one of you may come and put something on my Facebook page relating exactly to that, or how it somehow answers that question for me. Or one of you may realise I'm not feeling so good one day and actually come and message me and say, hey Renee, how are you feeling today? You okay? Or anything like that, you know what I mean? So the angels and guides use whatever form they need to. So every single person on the planet has been and will be, at some point, a messenger for the angels and guides. So I hope I've answered that one there for you, Joanne. Okay, so sorry I kept doing that. The next question is also from somebody called Joanne. This is Joanne M. Her question is the amount of souls the Source made finite, or are new souls being made? Our souls have been about for a millennium or more. Do they get tired and want to fade? That's been puzzling me for a wee while. Okay, I know that new souls generally are made all the time. I could not tell you the rate with which that is happening, and I cannot tell you whether it's happening right now through the ascension, but I do know as a general consensus that yes, new souls are being made. They do get made. Souls cannot and never do get tired per se. A soul is, well, we can't really understand it, you know, down here while we're in these human bodies, but they just wouldn't get tired. They're completely energized, love, you know, full of light and all of that stuff. So once a soul is created, I can't tell you exactly how they're created because there's so many things we just do not understand, but once they're created, they're eternal. We're all eternal. All of our souls are completely and utterly eternal. But there is one thing. We can continue to be our individual self. We can continue to come back through the reincarnation cycle, or, you know, a lot of the time we will just stay living in our home, which is on the other side, where we have complete and full lives and stuff like that, and instant manifestation. So it is complete paradise. It's like this, but it's, think of everything being perfect, and you can materialise whatever you want in the snap of the fingers. That's what it's like in our usual home. But there is a thing that we can choose as well. If we've just had enough, really, it can happen with a lot of people, just depending, particularly those people that are really, really far down their spiritual path, people that have become fully enlightened, you know, think ascended masters and things like that, Buddha, etc. You can choose to go back to the Godhead. You can choose to be reabsorbed back into the oneness, the Creator, creation, whatever you would like to call it. You could call it God. Sylvia Brown, who passed away sadly the other day, she used the term back to the Godhead, so that's just what I use. So then you would lose your individual self and just become a part of the, you know, the all one. But that's about as far as I know with that. So yes, a soul will never get tired, but you can choose to just, you know, exist in your individual self and continue out through all of eternity. But a lot of souls in the very end may choose to go back to the Godhead. Doesn't mean you disappear. You were still there, but you were just more a part of the one, I guess, just less individualised. So yeah, it's nothing for us to worry about though, because it's all up to us in the end, and I mean, we're here at the moment doing our thing. So okay, the next question is from Gracie B. Will I move next year? Okay, Gracie, let me just quickly shuffle these unicorn cards and see if I can get an answer for you. You got the card, worth waiting for. Your patience will be rewarded. Let me show you the card. I feel, Gracie, that you will move. I do not feel that it will be within a 1 year period. I will tell everybody, well, as far I have not noticed that I am good at making predictions. It's just I'm not confident, so I don't really try. But I really do feel that it is going to be so worth waiting for. It's going to be, I feel like there's going to be a lot more factors coming in that you are yet to foresee. A lot of, I just keep thinking, hearing and feeling change. Like a lot is going to go on, and so the things that you may think you want now are going to change because of new factors that have come in, and you are going to be really, really happy with the result when you do move. And I do think it's going to be something a bit different to what you were expecting, like the circumstances around it. So within the next year, or in about a year's time, I do think you're going to move, absolutely, and it's going to be kind of a life-changing thing. Okay, so that's done for you. Now the next one is, let me have a look. Now I'm not really sure how to pronounce your name. Is it Key or Kai? Key, K. Will I, an introvert who rarely leaves the house, find employment and independence? It's a really great question. I hear a lot of people in that similar position asking very similar questions, honestly. So, Key. Okay. I'm hearing yes. Your card is Love Heals Fear. The power of your love can help bullies and angry people to be less afraid. Okay, so when we intuitively read the cards, sometimes it means slightly different to what it actually says on the card. This just makes it easy for people who aren't used to being intuitive readers. Okay, so I feel, Key, that you need to be really gentle with yourself. I completely empathise with that, and I completely understand, because I've been that way myself. I feel that there are fears that you have, perhaps, of the world, basically, of being a part of the whole society and stuff like that. So I feel that if you be gentle with yourself, you are absolutely definitely going to be able to do this. I just feel that you need to work on some of those fears and self-love, even though it may not seem that is to you that's what you need to do. I really feel that is what you need to do. So you need to really focus on you. If you do Reiki or anything like that, really use that on yourself. Get help from others or other healers and things like that. And I'm really feeling like supportive people around you is what you need. You can't have anyone around you. Like if you have worries or fears or anxieties, like I used to have a lot of anxieties about going out of the house and working and doing all these things. I've had a lot of issues like that. So to have people around you that reinforce those feelings is really not a good thing. So make sure that there are people around you that are going to take 2 steps forward and say, come on, come with me, it's okay. You know what I mean? And help you step out of that. I feel that will help you with the independence and all that, but I really do feel like you're getting just sort of stuck in fear, and it's stuck with the unknown too, but you can get there. I got there, I've seen many other people get there, so your answer is yes, absolutely. I'll just make sure I answered all of that. So yeah, all you need to focus on now, don't worry about the individual bits like where would I work, and don't think of any of that stuff. That makes us anxious and that makes us more afraid, because anxiety is fear of the future, fear of what's going to happen. So yeah, just be very gentle with yourself, take steps forward, and as you do so, you'll naturally start to feel that it's going to be a lot easier. Okay, so the next one, Angela K. How am I going along with my journey, or letting go and standing up for myself? I feel people are not listening to what I need and trying to override what I ask. Are they beginning to listen? Thanks. First of all, I'll say with that, Angela, are you seeing evidence of them listening? Are you reacting differently? Are you being firm enough? Are you creating your own boundaries? From what you've said, it feels to me like you may have made some changes, you may feel like you've made changes, but with these people around you, I don't feel like they're changed enough. I think you really need to put your foot down and learn how to be more assertive. I had to learn to do this. I won't say I'm great at it, but what I do is, for instance, if I'm in a situation where people generally just don't listen to me, if I'm trying to say something and I'm meek and I'm worried and I believe they're not going to listen to me, and they just talk over top of me and they just don't take any notice of what I've just said to them or asked them to do whatever, I do something to get their attention. I'm like, oh, excuse me, I haven't finished talking. Or, excuse me, did you actually hear what I said? Look them in the eyes. Make sure you get that eye connection, because once you make them get that eye connection, they're forced to actually listen to what you're saying, and you don't take your eyes off them, you know. So just there's little tricks you can use to make sure that people are going to listen to you, and don't let them get away with it. If you say, just for instance, hello everybody, we don't have shoes in the house, and then if you see somebody walk in with their shoes on, a lot of earth angels are not very assertive, and we just don't say anything, and then afterwards we get really anxious about it, the people aren't listening, they're walking all over us, blah blah blah. So just in that instance, if you don't want shoes in your house and somebody walks in with your shoes on, what I do is I make a deal out of it. I go, oh no, oh, you've got your shoes on, could you please take your shoes off? Don't do it meekly, just, you can react, but you can do it in a nice, fun, friendly way, but make sure you make a deal of it and really point these things out. But you can still do it lightly. You don't have to get mad or aggressive or anything like that. So I'll just pull you a card anyway, Angela. Standing up for yourself and your boundaries. Oh, card just jumped out there. Simplicity. Put your energy into the basics and let go of excess. Here is your card. Okay. I just sort of feel that you need to, it's in your thoughts, and it's where your focus is and awareness. Once you bring your thoughts and awareness back to yourself and your boundaries and things like that, well, the thing is, if we're focusing outward and thinking all the time, oh, people aren't listening to us, are they listening to us, blah blah blah, we sort of create that to keep happening. So I just think that you need to take it sort of step at a time, but I really do think that you need to open yourself up and be seen and heard a whole lot more. So your progress, I do, as I was just saying before, that card has just sort of echoed it to me, even though I feel that you do feel a bit freer, you feel within yourself you have made some progress. The people around you, they're probably quite strong, and they're probably, you know, they're quite hard to affect. So you're being pushed really to be a lot firmer with it. So yeah, just try those little things that I said, because I mean, I know you have made progress, but you need to be a lot firmer, because people in this world will walk all over us if we let them. If we don't put up boundaries, they just walk all over us. If we don't speak loud enough and look at them make eye contact with us, they'll get away with whatever they can, you know. So you've got to make sure you're heard. Yeah, so that's all I'm getting from that one. Okay, well, I think that's all for now, because the video's gone on for long enough. I don't want to bore you all. So any of you watching this video, you can write down below in the comments any questions you have about spirituality or just life in general, because I'm pretty all-rounded. I could, you know, get some advice for, you know, other things as well, if that's what you require. And so even if you are, just try and ask, if you're going to ask a personal question, just try and keep it to one personal question each. But if you have one personal question and you also have a spiritual question, please do ask both, because I'll always choose the spiritual questions where I can, because they're very useful and meaningful, and they really help a lot of people. So do write down in the comments down below whatever you would like to ask, and next video, which hopefully will be next week, I will try and address them for you. Okay, thanks for tuning in, and I hope some of you have gained some kind of benefit from this video. Alright, thanks. Bye.